HOA A1. The instant my tires crunched onto the driveway, I felt it, a disturbance in the air, a wrongness humming beneath the afternoon sun. My workshop's double doors gaped wide, and there, gleaming like a misplaced idol between my anvils and grinders, sat a flawless white Lexus SUV. The license plate, HOA1, flashed its arrogance. I didn't need to look twice to know, Patricia Holloway had struck again. But this time, she'd crossed a line she couldn't uncross. I walked, slow and steady, to my toolbox, refusing to glance at the kitchen window next door, though I could almost taste the satisfaction radiating from Patricia's gaze. My hands, steady from years of practice, found the welding mask and torch. No more warnings. No more neighborly chats. Patricia was about to discover what happens when you push a craftsman past his limit. The torch flared to life, hissing like a promise. By the time Patricia realized what was happening, I'd already run a perfect, molten seam across the first door. Her shriek split the quiet, echoing down the block, but I just lowered my mask and moved to the next. 20 minutes later, my workshop was a vault. Her $60,000 Lexus, sealed inside, a modern tomb, a monument to hubris. I tossed my gear in the truck and pointed it toward the airport. Costa Rica was calling, and my timing couldn't have been sweeter. But let me rewind. My name is David Brennan. For 15 years, I've shaped steel for a living. 2 years back, I finally built my dream workshop behind my house in Pine Ridge Estates, a sanctuary of cedar and glass, perfectly legal, every permit in place, designed to blend with the neighborhood's charm. Then came Patricia Holloway, newly crowned HOA chair, crusader for order and property values. The kind of neighbor who measured grass with a ruler and sent violation notices for mailboxes a shade off the approved palette. Within a week, she declared my workshop an eyesore. The campaign began, official-looking notices citing imaginary covenants, complaints about noise, though I worked only during approved hours, with soundproofing built into the walls. When paperwork proved her wrong, she pivoted to parking. Patricia would wedge her Lexus in front of my doors, claiming she was inspecting for violations. The first time, I asked politely. The second, I called the board, who mumbled about her authority. By the fifth, I'd installed security cameras and started documenting everything. Things spiraled. Patricia spread rumors at HOA meetings, illegal business, fire hazards, plummeting property values. She filed bogus complaints with the city, dragging me into endless inspections that always cleared me. She enlisted her friend Sandra to back up fabricated noise reports. My sanctuary became a battleground. The final straw came on a Tuesday. I arrived to find my workshop doors flung open, Patricia's Lexus parked inside. She'd somehow gotten my spare key. Probably through her sister at the property management company. A laminated note on the dash declared the space communal property pending HOA review. I snapped photos from every angle, capturing her plate and the note, then called my lawyer. He confirmed what I already knew, my permits were solid, Patricia had trespassed and broken in. But pressing charges would be slow, expensive, and likely fruitless. So I chose a different path. If Patricia wanted to claim my workshop as communal, I'd secure it as my own. For the next hour, I welded every entrance shut, doors, side gate, even the windows, each seam a testament to my craft. I left small vents for air, I'm not a monster, just a man at the end of his rope. Her precious Lexus wasn't leaving without a demolition crew. Before heading to the airport, I did 3 things. First, I posted the security footage to the neighborhood Facebook page, captioned simply, "Workshop secured against trespassers. Back in 2 weeks." Second, I sent a certified letter to the HOA board, detailing Patricia's break-in. Third, I set my sprinklers to run, knowing the mist would drift through those ventilation gaps. Costa Rica was paradise, sun, surf, and just enough spotty Wi-Fi to ignore the Facebook wildfire back home. My neighbor Tom Garrison kept me updated, Patricia's confidence crumbled fast. She called the police, who arrived to find her explaining how she'd broken in to park illegally. The officers told her I had every right to secure my property, and she was lucky I hadn't pressed charges. They wouldn't force me home or damage my workshop to free her car. The HOA board called an emergency meeting. Patricia demanded they pay for industrial cutters to rescue her Lexus. Robert Dalton, a board member, pointed out she'd acted alone and exposed the HOA to legal risk. The motion failed, 5-1, only Sandra stood by her. By day 3, the local news had picked up the story, HOA chair trapped by irony. Neighbors and legal experts weighed in, most with a smirk. Patricia's lawyer sent me cease and desist letters, my attorney fired back with notices about her trespassing. Tom's updates became comedy. Patricia tried to hire metalworkers, but word had spread, no one would touch the job. She tried breaking her own car windows, only to realize escape didn't solve the problem. Social media turned savage, a countdown clock for my return, a bingo card of Patricia's daily meltdowns, teens dubbing my shop the Lexus Memorial Art Gallery, and snapping selfies out front. 2 weeks in paradise passed in bliss. I read welding magazines, sipped cocktails, and sketched new designs. The spa day was especially sweet, knowing Patricia's luxury SUV was marinating in dust and humidity, a trophy in her self-declared, communal, space. I landed home on a Saturday, just in time for the neighborhood barbecue I'd announced before leaving. Tom had spread the word. Half of Pine Ridge Estates was waiting, lawn chairs and coolers in tow, grins barely contained. Patricia hovered at the edge, her usual poise shattered, eyes ringed with exhaustion. I made a show of inspecting my handiwork, running a hand over the flawless welds as Patricia seethed. With a flourish, I fired up the cutting torch and began to unseal my fortress, each cut deliberate, clean, reparable. When the last seam gave way, I swung open the doors. Patricia's Lexus sat inside, dusted and damp, the windows fogged, the driver's side glass